Hello and welcome to the Hellraiser blog. This week's Hellraiser blog going to look at firstly Asinia Byfield versus Ted Cheeseman, which took place last week. Asinia, who I've managed from the start of his career, got his big chance on a Sky Sports show. Despite my dispute with him and the fact that I did not like a lot of his behaviour in the lead up to the fight, not directed at me but just how he was generally, I thought it was poor form not to turn up to the press conference, some of the things he said. But I've got to say, in the fight itself, I thought he accounted for himself very well. He really, it was tough going in there. He was taking some enormous shots, particularly to the body, and he withstood it all. He lasted through the 12 rounds, the full 12 rounds, and me personally, I actually thought, I was with a boxer at Villa Park in Birmingham. Okay, my guy came out, we went into the changing rooms, they had it on a screen, so I watched it on a TV screen down there. I would have pulled him out at the end of the 10th round. I thought he's run his race, he's not coming back from that. He actually struggled at the weight, he turned up late for the weigh-in and he was overweight. And I actually thought, well, he's run his race, just get him out of there. The 11th round was probably his best round in there. He really had a go, and it sort of looked like he highlighted some aspects of Ted Cheeseman's game that maybe we haven't seen tested before. But anyway, he lost the fight fairly convincingly, and maybe you can take the good parts from what was in there. I think technically, one question I had loads of people saying, "Oh, do you think if you'd have been giving him advice for technical what to do boxing wise, he could have won it?" If I'm honest, I don't think that no matter what anyone said to him, I just think Ted Cheeseman was a better class boxer on the night, and that's why he won. I think he could have boxed better. Certainly there were some tactics that I could pinpoint. I could say, well, and this isn't an I told you so sort of blog, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, there was definitely things that I think he could have done better, and it would have given him a better chance of winning. Do I think that would have made him an odds-on chance to win? No, I don't. I think he thought, look, you get your opportunity to fight on a big platform, on live Sky TV, against another good fighter for a big purse. You take the chance. You roll the dice. It's not like you're not being compensated. A lot of the aspects added up. We took the chance. He got beaten. That's it. And if he can take the good things out of that show, maybe he can come back and improve from what he showed on Saturday. Another fight this weekend, Darryll Williams. So I have an amateur show Friday night. I'll be going to the amateur show, then getting home probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll be up at 5, working, then going to Euston Station to get the train up to Glasgow with Cutsman Frank Greaves, where I will be going to watch Darryll Williams, who fights for the British title, British super-middleweight title, against Zack Parker. Darryll, 5'9" against Zack Parker, 6 foot. You can probably guess how that's going to go. Darryl's got to get inside. I think Darryll, there's no secret. I think it's very obvious what's going to be the tactics of both fighters. Darryll is going to have to drag Zack Parker into the trenches, and I think it's going to be a brutal affair. I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. The bookmakers have actually got Zack Parker at 5-1 on and Darryll at 5-1. I don't agree with those odds. I've actually spoken to bookmakers about it, and I specifically think they've got that way wrong. I think Parker's certainly proved himself to be the more polished boxer, but no one is going to have an easy night against Darryll. And this fight, obviously British title, big purse, on TV, it's going to be a really, really competitive fight, and you're going to see Darryll's sharp, he's fit, he's ready. You're going to see a very, very good version of Darryll Williams, and like I say, I'll be up there willing him on. Come on, Darryll, pull this off. This is the sort of fight that will put Darryll in the annals of boxing forevermore. So I hope to see him pull off a result there. Another fight I've got this weekend, which is in London on a Mo Pryor show, is Andre Sterling against Kirk Garvey. Now, I'd have loved to have this on my show. I have a promotional contract with Andre Sterling. I don't manage him, he's managed by Brian Lawrence. But I really would have liked, this is a brilliant fight that I'd like to have on Hellraiser. Unfortunately, I had a choice out of making the fight and it unfortunately not being on my show because I don't have a show that day, or giving the opportunity. So I won't be there, I'll miss it, but Andre, go out there, do the business, win the title, and then hopefully you can defend it on a Hellraiser show. Yeah, good fight. And if you're in London and you've got nothing to do Saturday night, go and watch it, or hit Andre Sterling up because he's got some tickets, and that's a really good fight. Okay, one more thing. One of the outshots of this fight, this dispute I've got with Asinia Byfield, is I have found myself bombarded, largely I would say, by completely uneducated people who know none of the details of what actually has gone on in that dispute, but they've still seen fit to sort of comment and put the boot in. And one of them, as a result of his actions, a new feature has now arisen and will be hopefully not too regular, but an occasional feature on the Hellraiser blog, and that is Weasel of the Week. So this, I mean, calls himself a journalist. I mean, a normal journalist would ring you in advance and say, right, I'm going to write this. Do you have any comment? You know, to get both sides of the story. Instead of that, what we've actually got here, this guy. Let me read you the tweet he actually put out, which actually I felt was really out of order, because he didn't come to me and say what, you know, he just put it out, and it's yeah, it's damaging to my reputation. The problem that you've got is if the person is like a newspaper or a TV station or a radio station, you can go and sue the people that have got the money behind that, and you get compensated for the damage that they do you. The problem that I've got here is I don't think this guy's probably got any money, and I spoke to my lawyer already about it. I said, right, that definitely sullies my reputation. What can you do about it? And what he actually wrote was, what a week to be Mickey Elliott. It was on a tweet, and he didn't tag me in the tweet. He just put it out. And this guy wants to work in boxing as a journalist. Well, what a week to be Mickey Elliott. Byfield, who he clearly has little to do with, faces Ted Cheeseman for the British. Well, I still manage Asinia Byfield. Darryll Williams, who he used to be involved with, I still manage Darryll as well, fights for the British next week. And I was quite a prominent sort of player in getting that opportunity for my fight. I thought I should be getting credit from people. Now C.R. Osgood, whom he used to manage, promote, is fighting Victor Postol. Like I say, Byfield I still manage. I actually have a hearing this week. It's not that I have little to do with him. Darryll Williams, who I used to be involved with, I still am. I still manage him. I'm very proud of the association that I've got with Darryll. I've done a very good job for him. I don't think anyone can argue with that. His fighting is a mandatory, so he's not like fighting for a small purse for the opportunity. He's actually getting the best purse that we could get him for a big fight. And C.R. Osgood, look, I done a deal with C.R. Osgood. Right, you don't want to be managed by me anymore. He paid me what I asked him. Good luck to him. He got knocked out in his next defence of the Southern Area title, and I can tell you, going to fight Victor Postol is not a building fight for Sia. I think the Postol opened up at 1 to 100. I think that's a bit out of order, the tweet. And anyway, the new feature is Weasel of the Week. Hopefully it won't feature every week in the Hellraiser blog, but this week, Craig Scott from Scotland, you are Weasel of the Week. Well done. And until somebody else takes your Weasel of the Week crown, you will remain Weasel of the Week. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the Hellraiser blog. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you again soon on the Hellraiser blog. Thanks, guys. See you then.